Here we go.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Fourth and Goal. We've got Jamie.
Hey.
We've got Tommy.
What is?
And everybody, we have a special guest host today, KC.
Hey, what's up?
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Fourth and Goal, second show. Let's just get right down to it. Just want to kind of address the white elephant in the room right now. Knock was not able to make it today, so we do have KC filling in today. KC, it says next to your name, KHLC Sports Radio Network. What does that mean, bud? What have you been doing?
That is my business name. I'm working on becoming an official business. Just got to find the right platform, get all the paperwork done. There's a bunch of licensing stuff when it comes to radio, even on the internet, that you have to do to legally be able to do things. So just getting through loopholes and eventually becoming an official platformed internet radio station with live DJs and such.
That's great. Yeah, that's great to hear, Casey. Well, we welcome you to the show today. Thank you very much for filling in.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, everybody, I mean, we've had a couple games that were played already. What do you guys think about that? In chat, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on that. What does everybody think? I mean, we loved it, right, on our end, right? We got to see some new football. Today's a big day. Our teams get to play finally. Real good.
Butterfinger might have bumped her head. She says, KC in the house. Tommy, let's go. I am not a KC fan. You done bumped your head.
What? Butterfinger said that?
Yeah.
I gotta get her out of here.
Probably two best games I've seen for an opening week of football ever. You know?
It was good. Yes, it sure was.
Yes. That's
Absolutely
how football
way
is
better than I
played.
Yeah, we had some close ones. I'm really excited today about of course, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm interested to see that. I understand we had some breaking news right before the games are going to start today. So, Casey, what did you hear about that? The breaking news.
Well, at first, Jordan Love had signed his $220 million, I believe, 4-year contract to make him the highest paid player in the NFL. And then not even 2 hours later, the Dallas Cowboys, before taking off on their flight for Cleveland today, ended up signing Dak Prescott on a 4-year, $240 million contract to make him the highest paid player quarterback in the NFL.
So Augusto puts in here 6 years. Do we have a discrepancy over the 4 and 6 now?
The only thing I have seen is 4 years, 240. So
yeah, I didn't hear 6. Augusto, you know something different about that?
It's 4 years.
Is it 4? Okay, it was just a mistake.
Yeah, 4 years.
Perfect. Okay. Well, yeah. So highest paid quarterback. I mean, this is the problem.
Highest paid player
in the NFL. Wow.
Yeah,
right?
Highest paid player in the NFL history.
I would think, yeah.
Quarterback.
So yeah, that's a little bit. That's a little bit of a, I guess, an interesting dynamic going on here because we've seen it all too often where these players, they get these big contracts. Next thing you know, they don't produce anymore. Now, can I say that is going to happen with Dak or a CeeDee Lamb or Jordan Love or whoever? Can we really say that? Because I don't know. I think they're going to give it a pretty good shot, but I always feel like it's the beginning of the end when they get these big contracts. What do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I worry about injury with him more than that, man. I think he'll do just fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine as long as he can avoid injury. He's just now he's got to go out and prove to Jerry that he deserves that money because Jerry has been known to make these types of decisions and then turn around and get rid of you at the end of that extension if you don't perform to what he expects. And I believe if we don't get at least a Super Bowl appearance, we won't see Dak in 5 years.
No shit. Oh, 5 years. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, I thought for sure that the coach Mike McCarthy, I believe he's on notice, right? Either they
Oh
got to
yeah,
get there.
I
Yeah.
think this is the year he's done.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Well, we'll see what happens. I think we all have our team set today. I know, Tommy's really, rooting for the Broncos, of course, and I'm interested to check in what happens with them. Janie, you got the Detroit Lions, and you like the Vikings as well too. What do you feel, Janie?
Yep. I think that my Lions have a really good chance. I'm not so sure about my Vikings yet.
Okay.
You
Well,
forgot about your Dolphins. That's going to be a good one today.
That's going to be a really good one. Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to, kind of take a look here. So we have in the chat with us today, we have some of our regulars chilling. We have Oscar the Grouch, Flower, good morning. Cruppy, good morning. Oh, Cruppy puts in here, I guess some more breaking news. Tyreek Hill detained for a driving violation before his game today. ESPN just reported.
What does detained mean? What does detained mean? Are they just questioning him? Is he going to get arrested? Is there any more on that? Are they just spreading some drama? What did he do? I would like to see. I'm curious.
Right. Yeah, well, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that one plays out. Judd, good morning, Judd. Nice to see you here. We also have.
There's Tom with the Jets.
Oh, Tom B. We missed you last week, bud. I'm happy that you're here today.
Police took him to the ground and handcuffed him. Damn. That's what Cruppy just said.
Are you bullshitting us, Cruppy? Is that really true?
Yeah, probably speeding, like Judd said, because he's so fast.
All right. Well, to go back here, of course, we have Augusto's here. Thank you, Augusto, for showing up. We also have our buddy WPG. Dustin's here. Alberto's here. Wow, we got a lot of regulars here. Butterfinger. Who else we have here in the house? Mortal. Good morning, Mortal. We also have Tommy 111. Tommy 111 was here last week. I don't know if that's a different username. I don't know if you were here last year with us. I don't really remember that name before, but welcome. Love to have new faces here for sure. We have Ashley's here. Hi, Ashley. How you doing? We also have WAP. WAP's in the house. Look at this. Finally, Mortal invited me. Excited to hear this. Hello, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Very nice. Crazy Ones. Crazy Ones. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for showing. I remember you last week, too. And who else do we have here? And yeah, DJ. It's been a while, DJ. We haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for showing up, bud. Let's see here. I think that's about it from everybody that's actually talking right now. Oh, Walmart. Welcome, Walmart. Look at this. Walmart's got the signed Tennessee helmet, but talking about the Cowboys. We're going to have further discussions about this.
No comment.
Anyways, Sugar Beans here. Thank you, Sugar, for showing up. We talked to Sugar last night. She said she would. Anyways, everybody, I do hope that you guys enjoy the games today. It's I'm looking forward to the Rippa. I saw the Rippa here too. He can't really talk, but wanted to say hi. Well, thanks, Rip, for showing up. But we talked. We've been talking a lot about the sports betting too, right? Through one of your favorite DraftKings or FanDuel or whatever you do that through. I'm interested to really give some parlays a good run today, so we'll see how that all pans out. Anybody got a good dig on any good bets we should make? Tommy with the parlays.
I like the only one I have is Cardinals. I took Murray, or what is his name? Fucking the quarterback. I took him over 49 rushing yards and one touchdown, whether it's a run or a pass.
Okay.
It was plus like 800, I believe. So
Okay.
I took that one. The other ones are kind of hard bets, so I don't want to give you guys those. I took Bo Nix to throw one touchdown and win the game. So
Yeah.
that was plus
okay.
650.
Yeah,
So.
but he doesn't have to throw that touchdown to win the game, right? It's just that Denver.
No, he has to score 8. No, it has to be a passing touchdown anytime during the game, and then they just have to win. So,
right. Okay.
Again, that's a hard bet.
Okay.
And then my other bet was Cincinnati -8.
Right. Oh, Tom says, listen to what Walmart is betting and bet the opposite. That might be, well, I'll tell you, but
I heard about the Notre Dame guarantee yesterday, but hey, I guaranteed Green Bay, so it happens, Walmart.
Walmart, he does do good though sometimes with his bets, so he's kind of like the sleeper with it. He'll come through and win big sometimes. So you got to watch out for him. Sometimes he does have something in there. So
I think Walmart's big bet was Carolina's punter to throw 3+ touchdowns.
Did he win? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Right.
I'm just kidding, Walmart.
I do have some interesting parlays that I've already kind of pre-done when we were talking earlier in the week. So and I don't even have them in front of me to even explain them to you guys, but they might be considered a little bit radical, but if they do hit though, it's going to be some good money though.
Yeah.
And so, our goal with that is just to be very transparent. Is if we hit on some of these parlays, we wanted to, I guess sponsor or treat everybody out at the summit for one night at a dinner, maybe at a Casa Bonita or steak or whatever we're going to do. So that's kind of the goal with that. So hopefully that'll work out for everybody.
Nice.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
Absolutely. So yeah, I guess what we have here is we can sure go right into we don't have a whole lot, but there are some we can go right into the injury report. If you guys want to start getting that going, we can. So let's go ahead and get that. All right, take it away, KC. What you got for us?
Yeah, so on the injury report, what we have going into today, we have several players for the Steelers that are either questionable or out. Logan Lee for the Steelers is out, along with Isaac Samalo. They have Russell Wilson as questionable, but everything I'm hearing is that he will likely play. It just might be limited. And then Roman Wilson out as well. That's a wide receiver, and their defensive end and their guard all going to be out for today. The Falcons have a few players, or one player out, that's going to be Antonio Hamilton with a groin injury. That's their cornerback, and I believe he's their starting cornerback. The New England game, the Patriots have several players listed as questionable. Antonio Gibson, Vidarian Lowe, Jabril Peppers, and Joshua Uche are all questionable for today. City Lowe is out. That is their guard. He's out with an ankle injury. The Bengals, they have several players as well on the questionable, doubtful, or out list. Jamar Chase, they say, is questionable, but not injury related. They're just resting him. So that's interesting. Maybe he'll play, but just limited minutes. But then they also have wide receiver T. Higgins listed as doubtful. So that could be interesting. That's their two top running backs if they're going to limit Jamar Chase and keep Higgins out. It says Higgins out with a hamstring injury. Chris Jenkins is out as well as Amarius Mims, and that is a defensive tackle and a tackle for the Bengals. So they have a few players and a few key positions that are either going to play limited minutes or not at all. For the Texans Indiana game, there's only one player on the Texans, and they haven't said anything other than it is a knee injury. It's MJ Stewart, their safety. They do have him listed out at the last report. For the Colts, they have 2 players on the list: Josh Downs out and Matt Gay questionable. That is their wide receiver and their kicker. For Minnesota and New York, the Vikings have no players out. The Giants have no players out. So both teams they did have players limited in practice, but looks as though all will be participating in the game today if they play. Tennessee at Chicago. You have Jamal Adams out for the Titans. Chidobe Awuzie, questionable. DeAndre Hopkins, questionable. And Otis Reese out. So some key players there: safety, cornerback, wide receiver, and then a linebacker. Linebacker is out with a concussion. The others are hip, calf, and knee. For the Bears, Keenan Allen is questionable. Zach Pickens is out. Montez Sweat is questionable. Darrell Taylor is questionable. And DeMarcus Walker is questionable. For Arizona at Buffalo, the Cardinals have Joey Blount questionable, Tip Riemann questionable, Xavier Weaver out. That's a safety, a tight end, and a wide receiver. For the Bills, you have Dwayne Smoot questionable and Javon Solomon out. That is 2 defensive ends with toe and oblique injuries. For Carolina at New Orleans, the Panthers have Josh Nijman questionable, Ian Thomas out, and Tommy Tremble out. It's 2 tight ends and a tackle. For the Saints, you have Jalen Ford, who is going to be out. Willie Gray Jr. is questionable. Dallin Hawker is out. DeMarco Jackson out. A.T. Perry questionable. Nick Saldiveri questionable. And Kaleem Saunders out. For the Jaguars, you have Daniel Thomas as questionable. That is their safety, and he's out or questionable with an Achilles injury. The Dolphins only have 1 player on a long list that set limited in practice or didn't practice at all this week. Only 1 player questionable, Jalen Ramsey. 1 player out, Malik Washington. That Jalen Ramsey is their cornerback, Malik Washington a wide receiver. The Denver Broncos at Seattle. Denver has Pharaoh Brown out, Tyler Lockett questionable, and Uchenna Nwosu out. And that is linebacker, tight end, and tight end. Or linebacker, yeah. For the Raiders versus Chargers, the Raiders have Tommy Eichenberg questionable, Malcolm Kuntz out, Jackson Powers Johnson out, and Decamerion Richardson out. The Chargers, DJ Chark out, Asante Samuel Jr. questionable, and Tareeb Steele questionable. Dallas at Cleveland. The Cowboys have 1 player listed as out. That is John Stevens Jr. He's out with an hamstring injury. He is a tight end. For the Browns, Jack Conklin, tackle, knee injury, questionable. And Jedrick Wills, tackle, out. Washington at Tampa Bay. Marcus Mariota for the Commanders is out. And Jerzon Newton doubtful. For the Buccaneers, Logan Hall out. Kalijah Cansey questionable. Trey Palmer questionable. Chargers at Detroit. Rams have Rob Havenstein as questionable. He is a tackle with an ankle injury. The Lions have 3 players on the list. Efetu Melifonwu, doubtful. DJ Reader, questionable. Lauren Strickland, out. And then the Monday game, the Jets at San Francisco. The Jets have Zaire Barnes out and Wes Schweitzer out. The 49ers, Aaron Banks, questionable. Yetur Gross Matos, out. Talano Hafengu, a doubtful. Christian McCaffrey, questionable. And D. Winters, out. And then we know from Friday's game, great expectations for Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers have now met a setback. Love did suffer an MCL sprain during the season opening loss to Philadelphia Eagles on Friday in Brazil. There are sources saying they're going to ask for a second opinion, but right now it is 3 to 6 weeks timeline, but they say there is hope and optimism after a second opinion for a sooner than later return. And with that, I'll kick it back to you, J-Faz.
All right, thank you, Casey, for that. A lot of players. It's almost like they played already. It's that's interesting. But we did want to kind of highlight the Jordan Love one because I think that's probably the biggest news thus far. So I'm gonna go.
Got it in him. 83 yards, I believe he got to go. Let's see what he does. Hold on. Oh! Oh, he got it. Okay. Wait a minute. Can we get something popping? Hold up. Oh! Oh my God! Jacobs, get out of bounds. Okay, good. Okay. Oh no! Oh no, bro. What happened? Nah. Nah, bro. What happened?
So
I gotta see what
we're gonna watch his. What is it? The right leg, I believe.
happened. Hold up.
Might be the left.
What
I think it's the
happened?
right there.
Oof.
It's coming. It's coming.
You can tell already. It's
What happened?
Oh, it is the left. You're right.
It is the
Or
left.
wait.
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah. Look at the left ankle.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there it goes.
Oh, all right. He's on his feet. We'll take that. All right, Malik Willis. Let's see what you got, bro. All right, Willis. You gonna have to yank it. Willis. Oh no, bro. Hell no.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's a good commentator, that's for sure. But yeah, so it's unfortunate, right? But what are they saying for? I'm sorry, Casey. Did you say 4 to 6 on that?
3 to 6.
3 to 6.
3 to 6. Yeah.
But they're
3
getting
to
a
6,
second
but they're going
opinion.
to ask for a second opinion, and there is optimism with that second opinion that he returns sooner than later. His ACL is still intact, so that could lead to a sooner than later return.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know. There's been obviously a lot of players that have the MCL. Is that typically a good timeline? Would you guys say 3 to 6? I
Yeah.
mean,
Depending on how severe the sprain is, yeah, that's normal, about 3 to 6.
yeah.
He's going to struggle all year with that injury, I think. All year. He'll play.
It's
He'll
a
play.
lingering injury, even when you think you're 100%, you're not, because one wrong little twitch and you re-injure it, or it hurts it again, and it makes it sore again, and you have to. So it could hurt him throughout the whole season.
Just an update. Justin Fields is starting.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
So
Yeah. So that
just need to come across the TV right this second.
all right. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, With that being said, we also do have, Janie coming up here with our interesting fun and facts. Let's go ahead and let's get that going. All right, Janie, let's take it away. Fun and interesting NFL football news.
All right. Well, I thought today, what we'd talk about is the two first games of the season that we just watched, and kind of give a synopsis and talk about some of the biggest plays and players that we saw. So after Thursday night's Ravens versus the Chiefs game, they're saying there's a new tight end in Baltimore. Isaiah Likely, who led the entire game in receiving yards with 111 on 7 receptions and a touchdown, was far more productive with his playing time. He also nearly tied the game with an incredible toe tap effort on the final play of the game in the back of the end zone. It's only one game, but there may be a timeshare at the bare minimum in Baltimore. That toe tap was a game changer. It would have changed that game and taken us into overtime. And JFS, I think you've got a clip of that, don't you?
I sure do, Janie. Let's play it.
All right.
Are the Ravens on opening night?
So here we go.
Let's make sure.
Let's see. Oof.
Oh, very close.
Oh, that is very
Is
close.
there enough to overturn?
Look at that.
Oh, that's on. That's on the line, isn't it? You think?
What a
Terry
game.
McAuley's gonna have to make this call, but it.
Initially I had thought, nah, he got it in, which would have made for
Yeah.
a wonderful, absolute finish here. What do you guys think? This is one shoe size too big. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what is it, 3/4 of an inch, maybe?
And maybe even a half a
Unbelievable.
shoe size too big, just so you feel a little more comfortable.
Right.
Right? Right?
Exactly. This was
So close.
Looks
This
like
whole
that toe's
game.
on the line, Terry.
I agree completely.
Oh.
The
Oh,
right
yeah.
toe's on the line. It's out of bounds.
What
This
an
is gonna
opening.
reverse to an incomplete pass.
To the
Oh,
season.
my
Yeah, I mean,
goodness.
you could see it's over,
That's
but
a toe. By a toe, the opener.
he definitely
looks
got
like
the
it'll
other
go to
foot
the
count
Chiefs.
too. Yeah, look at
This will be
that.
game over. Showing the replay up on the big screen now that you're watching here. at
Football
home.
is a game of inches right there.
Ah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
right there is why they say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I saw that, I went, yeah, you know what? That probably reviewed it. That would have been a touchdown. Like that's. There's
Oh,
no
and
way.
it would have changed the game. It would have taken
Oh,
us
yeah.
into overtime in the opening game of the season. Like
Right.
it was an incredible game to open up to.
Oh,
It wasn't going to go into overtime, though. If you guys remember, they already pulled their team out for the 2-point conversion. They thought it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
So they
Oh,
were
you're
going to
right.
win or lose on that play. They weren't going to go into
You're
overtime.
right.
They were
Right.
going for it, which was pissing
That's
me
right.
off. But I wished it would have gone into overtime or that way.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes. All right. So the other thing that came out of Thursday night's game is, could Travis Kelce be over the hump? We're still wondering if Travis Kelce even played in this game. Unfortunately, for the NBC broadcast, Kelce's only real impact on the game was a catch for 23 yards on a pivotal third down in the second quarter, meaning it was their only chance to show Taylor Swift. Similar to what we saw at the tail end of 24 regular season, Kelce seems to have lost a step and could be heading towards the downswing of his career. Murmurs of him being limited in the offense came about this past week, and that might become a real possibility if he continues to have showings like Thursday night. Justin Hill will be heavily involved in the passing game. While the addition of Derrick Henry should be pivotal for the Ravens' run game, he has done very little in the passing game to be a factor throughout his career. With pockets constantly collapsing, Jackson had little time for routes to develop. Justice Hill became a serious beneficiary with a career-high 6 receptions Thursday evening. If he continues to see this much involvement as a pass catcher out of the backfield, he should be a solid fantasy asset until Keaton Mitchell returns from the PUP list. Then we've got Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. They're calling them Thunder and Lightning. The complementary play styles of Rice and Worthy were on full display in the season opener. Rice dinked and dunked his way through the middle of the field against the Ravens defense, hauling in 7 receptions for a team high of 103 yards. And that was largely available because of Worthy's lightning fast speed, which reared its head on the first touch of his career when he took an end around to the end zone for the team's first touchdown. The two are perfect for offensive scheming and will keep defensive coordinators up at night all season long. And the Ravens' offensive line will need some time. With 3 starters departing in the offseason for the Ravens, it was well documented that there would be some growing pains in the offensive line heading into this season. That became apparent on opening drive, where Baltimore committed 3 illegal formation penalties in 6 plays. Lamar Jackson never seemed to have a consistent, healthy pocket throughout the night, and the running backs combined for fewer than 50 yards. The trenches may be where this game was lost, and the Ravens will need to improve up front if they want to contend with the elites in the AFC, like the Chiefs in 2024. So that's what we've got for Thursday night's game.
Awesome.
Now we can go straight on into Friday night with the Packers and the Eagles. This one lived up to the hype in every way under the Friday night lights of Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Eagles and Packers made history in the first NFL game played in South America, and the 60-minute slugfest went down to the wire, with the Eagles showing the most resilience, offering the last punch, having the strongest legs, and eventually prevailing 34-29 in a great Week 1 battle. And the red zone defense delivered. Let the record show that the Packers scored 1 touchdown in 4 red zone trips. But make no doubt about it, the Eagles won this game in the red zone. Aggressive pass rush pressure from the edges, good coverage on the back end, and sure tackling kept Green Bay out of the end zone. Eagles gave up too many big plays, but there were good things to see with this defense. Rookie Kenyon Mitchell can play. Mitchell stepped right into the starting lineup at cornerback and battled, made some plays, made some mistakes, and then came back and made more plays. He looked polished, poised, and extremely talented. Saquon Barkley is a difference-making player. Saquon Barkley was bullish inside with amazing feet and balance. It was a terrific debut as a great receiver. Jalen Hurts was huge when the chips were on the table. Hurts threw an interception and had a poor snap exchange with Cam Jurgens early on and just looked a bit out of sync. Hurts finished of 20 of 34 for 278 yards and had 13 carries for 33 yards on the ground. Big numbers for any quarterback on this stage. And the turnover battle. In rarity, the Eagles lose the turnovers and win the game. You aren't supposed to win a game when you lose to turnover battles 3-1, but the Eagles did that. The great red zone defense helped, as did converting a Reed Blankenship interception into 7 points. And the new dynamic kickoff, 13 kickoffs, 10 touchbacks, and 3 no big deal returns. Green Bay won the toss and elected to receive, and no doubt regretted it. The Eagles used the final possession of the first half to score on an Elliott field goal to narrow Green Bay's lead to 19-17, and then Hurts found Brown for a 67-yard catch and run touchdown on the first possession of the second half. And that's why you defer to the second half. So that's what I have for the first two games.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Janie. Yeah, that whole dynamic kickoff thing, well, that won me a little bit of money because I did bet on the touchback on the first game on Thursday. So I did win. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Janie, for that. Next, yep, I wanted to show you guys something else that I thought was a little bit interesting. The value of all the NFL teams and where they're kind of sitting right now. Now, there's 32 teams. This chart represents only 30 of the teams. I don't know why they don't have 32 on here. But as we could see, look at this. In first place, we've got the Broncos at $77.4 billion.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's the Walton family. Tommy, what do you got to say about this? This seems a little bit sus in my mind here.
Well, it's Walmart there, buddy. But I would say I think the two teams that are not on here, I'm not seeing Green Bay, which I believe is owned by the fans. There's not an owner. So maybe that could be why. I don't know who the other team is missing, but
well, how could they do that? The fans own it.
It's like a stock. There's not an owner. There's not a one person owner. I forget what it's actually called.
Okay,
but yeah, who's the other team missing? Is it Carolina? No, Carolina's there. Never mind. I'm just wondering if that's what it is because I know Green Bay is not. There's no owner. It's owned by the.
Yeah, you're right.
The state or I forget. There's no owner. Yeah, the Green Bay fans own the team. Yeah. It's the fans. It's a weird deal. And who the other team is, I don't know, but I'm assuming that's probably the same deal.
Well, someone thought it was Killing Time thought it was the Rams, but no, they're up there at $16.2 billion. Look at the Jets, the Johnson family coming in above the Cowboys, which is kind of interesting. I thought Jerry would have been first or second, to be honest. So this is kind of interesting to me. Look at Kansas City, $24.8 billion.
Yeah, but it's going off the owners, man. So you might have the most expensive franchise, right. But when it comes to Walmart is in every freaking town, like it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
The only team that's not there is the Bengals.
The Bengals, that's it. Okay.
I don't know who owns the Bengals, and I don't know why they're not up there.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think in chat? I mean, why wouldn't the Bengals be up here?
I don't know.
Green Bay, we know. So Ash has put the Green Bay Packers are the one NFL team owned by its fans. Here's how it works. The Green Bay Packers, 12th on CNBC's official 2024 NFL team valuations list, are the only publicly owned team in the league. There are more than 5.2 million outstanding shares owned by more than 538,000 people. So, but I wonder why the Bengals aren't, though. That's interesting. Okay, well, you know what? I've learned something new about that too with the Green Bay Packers. I never even knew that. So that's interesting. Wonderful. All right, guys. I'm gonna remove that. That's interesting though.
It is.
Mike
sorry,
Brown owns the Bengals, so I don't know why they're not there.
Maybe it was just an oversight and they didn't put it on that little meme. I don't know.
He is the son of their first ever head coach.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, guys. Well, the next thing I wanted to really kind of go over with everybody is we all know how AI is kind of taken over everything, but I wanted to just kind of run through this here real quick. So these pictures that I have are all 32 teams, NFL stadiums reimagined by AI, which I thought was kind of interesting. So up first we have the Atlanta Falcons. So Atlanta has one of the newest stadiums in the league. So imagining the franchise building a new one is a stretch. However, we wouldn't be mad if this was the result. It does look kind of neat, though, doesn't it? With the city
Yeah.
skyline in the back there. This AI version, it's definitely a nice looking version. The stadium appears to be massive, and the whole open air, dome combo. People are saying, hey, there is one gripe. The scoreboard is pretty small for such a huge opening, and I would agree with that. So,
Yeah.
if you look at it on the back there by the city skyline, that's kind of interesting how that all works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We looked at some of these last year, and it's very interesting what they can come up with. It'd be beautiful, but it's already so expensive. We have to pay to watch our NFL football these days as it is. So if they do this, what's it going to be? Is it going to be like a pay-per-view?
I can only imagine how that would be. That'd be, we're gonna end up paying for it all. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's AI. It's a little, I guess fictional, right? If you could say. But next we have up is the Arizona Cardinals. So this
Look
is
at that.
I don't know if this is a big swimming pool or what this is out here, a little pond or something, but I
The
don't think
Cardinal is really cool, though,
yeah, that does
on
look
the
cool,
building.
I have to admit. So it does say Arizona's current stadium is one of the most well-known around the league because it looks like almost like a spaceship, I guess you could say, the way that the dome is. The venue has hosted 3 Super Bowls, a college playoff, national championship game, WrestleMania, Fiesta Bowl, numerous concerts. So the outside of the stadium is fierce, and the 3 points on the south end are a perfect match for the Cardinals logo. And yeah, I agree with that. It does look good. I kind of like that.
I do like it. Flower says there's a ceiling scoreboard over the 50. I guess we were talking about the small scoreboard.
Oh, back on Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we seeing
Yeah,
that?
she says in the chat, she says there is the ceiling scoreboard over the 50.
Look above. Back out. Right there.
Yeah, there you go. Look
Okay.
at that.
Yeah. All right, and I would imagine they probably have a monitor, on each one of those, at least a triangle, right? So that'd be kind of cool. All right. Well, that's definitely interesting. Here we have the Houston Texans. So this is kind of an interesting imagination too. So this one reminds us of the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The front of the stadium is striking. The huge glass entry grabs your attention immediately, and the red stripe across the top makes it clear that this is the home to the Houston Texans. Bravo, AI. Yeah, I mean, it does look kind of cool. I guess I kind of like all these, to be honest with you. There's something you can take away from all of them. Yeah, a little bit. I get you, Cruppy. A little bit on the
This one I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not liking so much.
yeah, but it's just kind of neat to see though what people think of.
Mhm.
All right, so that's the Texans. Now this one here. Now,
Oh,
who do you guys
look at
think it is?
that.
Anybody want to make a
Ooh.
guess? This right here is the
Yeah.
New England Patriots.
New England. Mm.
So New England's AI stadium looks part cruise ship and part outdoor pizza oven, but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
The dome will help shield fans and players from the bitter cold. I don't know about that. And the
Depending
Patriots,
on where you're sitting.
right? Exactly.
Yeah,
You're on the
exactly.
home side. Yeah, the home side probably is covered, but you can't heat that though. How are you going to heat that in the winter, right?
I don't know, but it definitely resembles a cruise ship.
Not efficient, anyway.
Now, if it's a nice day, of course, that open side there will definitely allow for some fresh air, to come in, and that could be a nice change too. But love the surrounding area too. I think it's kind of cool. It does resemble a cruise ship. So yeah, that's kind of neat. All right. Next, we have Janie.
The Vikings.
Yep, that's the Vikings right there. All right. So this one says, talk about a badass look. The Vikings currently play in what is regarded as one of the best stadiums in the NFL, but it is hard to look at this version and not daydream about Minnesota's future. The roof on the stadium looks like it can close and form a full dome. And in its current shape, the V shape is perfect for the franchise. This would be an intimidating place to play. And I agree with that. I mean, it would look like a spaceship closing, and that looks cool, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, very cool.
Star Trek. Absolutely. So, yeah, interesting. All right. What do you guys think about this one?
Whoa.
Is that the Lions?
Rams?
No. This is the anybody in chat?
Ravens, maybe? Baltimore?
No.
Let's say Baltimore or the Rams, but I guess not, huh?
No, you would think it's the Rams, but this one's actually the Indianapolis Colts. With Anthony Richardson showing promise as a young quarterback, it is only fitting that Indianapolis opens a new stadium during his time as Indy's quarterback number one. It would be easy to confuse the stadium for one that the Rams could call home, but the shade of blue is distinctively the Colts. With at least 6 levels of seats, this venue is a behemoth. So that's kind of cool. You got 6 levels going up here. That's kind of nice. I don't know what all these polls are here. AI throws some weird stuff out once in a while, but nonetheless, just interesting stuff. All right, everybody should know this one, especially Mortal. She should know who this is. What do you got, Mortal? I mean, come on, guys. The dog.
Isn't it
I would say the Browns, but I don't know.
Yeah, the Browns.
It is the Browns. Yep. Cleveland has not had a lot to celebrate during its run in the NFL, especially in the past few decades. The team's logo is an orange helmet, but it is also associated with an elf and a bull mastiff. The Browns have a famous fan section known as the Dog Pound, which makes this huge bull mastiff statue outside the stadium a great addition. Also, the artwork on the outside of the dome gives it some unique flair. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. A little bit different, the Dog Pound, right? Kind of interesting. All right, who do we got next? Oh, boy. I mean, who could this be?
They went all out.
Tom.
I like the island, though.
Here's Tom at. Okay, so yep. So this is actually the Jets, the New York Jets. Finally, the Jets have their own stadium. Sick and tired of sharing a home field with the Giants, the Jets move into an open-air venue built on the water. Fittingly, the Jets' new stadium features a green exterior to help Aaron Rodgers feel like he is playing back in Green Bay. Do we think the Jets are using real grass or turf in this AI stadium? Yep, Tom, swim bars. Look at that. But kind of cool. I remember the last AI one that we saw, the Jets. Wasn't it on like a U.S. battleship or something? It was so crazy looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of cool, huh? A little bit different, interesting, right out there on the water. What do you got to do? You gotta park, and then you gotta shuttle yourself. With the boats, everybody's got to take a boat over here to the island. Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. You imagine that, being on the boat with a bunch of drunks after the game leaving?
How
many people end up in the water on this one?
Can you leave early? Are there boats leaving early? You know how you sometimes leave? It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So that's kind of an interesting stadium too. All right, guys, who is this?
Oof. That looks like something evil, dark and evil.
No idea. No
All right.
clue.
So initially, when I looked at this, not Eric. It's not the Rams. It's not the Ravens. But when I looked at this first, I said, "What the hell is a dog floating up on the top there?" That's not a dog. It's actually a panther. So it's the
Oh, Carolina Panthers.
Yep. It says AI nailed this futuristic stadium built specifically for the Carolina Panthers. The shape of the building makes it feel like the fans would be directly on top of the field. That's interesting. Imagine staring up at four walls of thousands of people. The giant panther head floating above the entrance of the stadium is imposing and also a technological marvel. When can this one be built? People want this stadium. I think it's kind of cool. I really do think it'd be kind of a cool thing. So I guess that would be, I don't know, what is it, a helium balloon, or I don't know, maybe it's got wires or something holding that thing up, but that would be really cool to see.
Well, Flower and Freedom thought it was a turkey.
A turkey?
A turkey. Yep. And I can see that. I can definitely see that. Getting ready to go on the spit.
Sure, absolutely. All right. Now, this one everybody should know, especially Sparky, right? This is Pittsburgh Steelers. It's industrial heritage and cutting-edge innovation. The new stadium for the Steelers stands as a testament to the city's enduring spirit, rising from the ashes of a historic steel mill. The futuristic arena seamlessly blends the past with the future. The stadium exterior reflects the city's industrial roots, with its outer shell adorned in sleek, polished steel panthers reminiscent of the mill's former glory. I mean, it looks like one of those little, miniature little models. But either way, though, it does look cool. I do really like all this stuff up above here. I think that's cool. It does make you feel like the steel mill. So that's interesting. One of these days, I do want to kind of go over all the teams, what they – how they become the Pittsburgh Steelers, like with the name of it. I'm interested in that stuff too. All right, moving on right along. This is
the Bills.
Yep, you guys got that right. The Bills. So who would playing inside a dome eliminate a huge part of the Buffalo's home field advantage? Probably. Do we care? Not really. This AI creation looks fantastic. Plus, it looks like there's enough of an opening in the side of the building that some of the cold air can still make its way in and fluster visiting teams. Our only gripe with this new stadium is there isn't a huge Buffalo statue outside. I love it. I think it looks great with the neon.
I kind of like it.
I do too. I really do like that one. I think and that's actually a practical idea that they could do, really. So very interesting. Next.
Niners?
Tampa Bay Bucks.
No. Tampa Bay Bucks, yep.
Nope. This is actually Washington Commanders, believe it or not.
Ugly.
Yeah, I don't know what's floating in the skies above, but this is a
college football stadium looks to me.
Yeah, really ugly.
So this AI.
Well, maybe they could sell it out now, though, JFAS.
Yeah, they don't have that many fans anyway.
Yeah, you're right. This AI
like the Jets playing on an island.
A grandstand that is reminiscent of European football stadiums. A large horseshoe of seats fitting the remainder of the stadium. With the massive banner wouldn't be present once the games kick off. It is certainly a cool feature. So I guess they pull up the banner there in the middle. I don't know what's going on with that, but
not liking it.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Me neither.
Pretty boring. Aha.
Whoa.
You guys know what this one is. I mean, there's no question, right?
Ravens.
Yep.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah.
This stadium looks like something straight out of a horror film. The two Ravens the entrance are equal parts cool and terrifying. Combined with the figure at the center of the entrance, the one with the glowing purple circle, it looks like the Pokemon Golbat. I guess I don't know what that is. Some Pokemon thing. Regardless of what AI was going for, it did well. The gothic feel to the stadium fits the Ravens perfectly. I mean, I don't know. These are not that far-fetched out to kind of do something like this.
This one actually looks more like something straight out of Edgar Allan
Harry
Poe.
Potter.
Sure. But they could do that. They could put those big statues up there.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like the Edgar Allan Poe Raven.
There's your
There's
Rams.
the Rams. There's the Rams.
There's the Rams.
This one says this would immediately become the coolest venue in the NFL, and we'd be willing to throw down some money to visit it in a heartbeat. The massive, ghoulish ram heads adoring the dome are a 10 out of 10, and I agree with that. Look at that. Right in the middle of the mountains.
Badass.
No, it's pretty cool. You got to love that. This next one's interesting too, guys.
Don't like it.
Well, it's interesting, right? You know, it's the Eagles.
It's an Eagle's nest, you know?
Yeah,
Eagles nest.
but the field
It's
is round.
weird.
Like, they don't.
They say it's quite creepy, actually, on this. It would be better if the roof was meant to look like wings. This isn't a good look, but it also might be just weird enough to psych out some visiting teams, which is true, right?
I'm not a fan.
No, I'm not really either. You guys know this one should be the New Orleans Saints. Very reminiscent of the Louisiana ponds, and I wonder if they've got gators in there. I'm sure they do.
Probably.
All right, we'll skip that one here. We got to
Catch and cook.
all right, so this one is the New York Giants. Let's see here.
That's kind of.
Yeah,
It looks like, I don't want to say what I think it looks like.
What does it look like?
what this thing right here?
Oh, dirty-minded people.
Jeannie, this is AI. Come on, what are you doing?
I can't help it.
Whoa!
That's what I saw.
This is the Seattle Seahawks, right?
Damn.
Let's see here. The iconic Space Needle seen in the distance makes it so we can never mistake where the stadium is located, and that's kind of cool. Damn, that looks like a spaceship, doesn't it?
Looks like a spaceship and a turtle mix.
Yes.
Waiting
Yes.
for a head to pop out.
Again, I'm seeing a theme of a lot of boats transporting people to these stadiums here.
I bet you they'll have a bridge of some kind where you could walk on and off. You know, it's not that far from land on both of those.
Sure. Everybody knows
Jeez.
what this one is. I mean, I wish I could see inside the stadium, but you know, interesting concept. What is it? This is actually what is this, glass on top of here?
Kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. All right, Tommy. Now it's your turn. There you go. Look at this one.
Mm. Ooh,
All right,
I
so
love
look at that.
this isn't too far off from Denver's current stadium, minus the 100-foot tall Diamond Bronco. Other than the giant sculpture, this is mostly grounded take compared to AI's other efforts. The Broncos already boast one of the league's best home field advantages. Visitors often struggle adapting to the altitude, while Denver veterans thrive in the conditions. Yeah, it definitely looks cold out there, that's for sure. All right. Well, Janie, here's yours. The Detroit.
More water.
Yeah. Yeah. A little interesting.
Defend the den.
Defend the den. All right. Here's
Wow.
Jacksonville. That's a little much. I could see a lot of kids getting hurt on these, you know, jumping up and down on these feet and stuff, you know. That's gonna All right. Oh, look at this. The Dallas Cowboys. I'm not real happy with it. I think they could have done a little bit better with that. But it's supposed to appearance of the shape of a cowboy hat is what it is. That's what they're
Okay.
saying. So this one's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Whoa.
That's kind of interesting too, right? Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, this looks like kind of something straight out of Jurassic Park or something, right?
Or Mexico, and they're gonna throw darts at the fucking bulls. Like,
Right? All right, who's this one, guys?
is that San Fran? Maybe no.
It is San Fran.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
duh! Look at the bridge in the background. Yeah.
Yep. Further highlighted by the Bay Bridge feature in the background. Yep.
They
So,
like the water. You're right.
They
They
do.
like the water.
Transport numerous people over. All right. Well, Wally, here you go. The Titans. I mean, it's interesting, futuristic, gothic. It's got it all. I don't know what this thing means. I don't know what this means, but It's got some interesting stuff with it. Next we have, there's your Tampa Bay, guys.
Mm-hmm. Like that one a lot.
I do like it too. I really do. I like it when they put this kind of stuff up here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know right
I like
now
it a
they
lot.
ship too, but this is kind of an interesting one. I like it.
Yeah.
What else we have? Ooh, who's this? What do you guys think?
Raiders, maybe? No.
It's the Bengals. Here's what I don't like. Are these people walking on this? I think that's people. You can't put people up there. You can't do it. It's too dangerous.
I like it. Just kidding. Especially drunk people.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I guess now this is the Chicago Bears. I don't see anything real.
Looks like an old airport or something, maybe like a terminal.
Yeah, it does. All right. We're going to skip that one. All right. Who do you guys think? The water again.
Whew. Where do you sit?
Yeah.
I see one. Okay, maybe. Okay. Oh, if they can make that work, man.
Yeah. So that's Miami, right? So Miami would be the permanent spot for the Pro Bowl game if this was their current stadium. Who wouldn't want to come here after the season is over? Yeah, that's true. Look at the water is beautiful, so that's kind of cool. Again, I think we're going to see a lot of fans in the water, though. So not practical. All right.
Whoa.
So this one's kind of cool, right? You know, everybody's got to agree it's real cool.
That is kind of cool.
But
That's
obviously,
very cool.
who do you guys think this is?
Raiders.
Raiders.
You got palm trees.
Yeah.
You got it all here. So
That's kind of cool, man.
yeah. So this says
It
why we're
is.
not totally sold on this one. It says perhaps if the skull located outside of the stadium more closely resembled the Raiders' actual logo, instead
agree.
it looked more like a cheap knockoff of the team's iconic.
I agree.
logo. Where's the
They
iPad?
T-mood it.
AI can't hit it out of the park every time. The actual architects went out on this one as the Raiders' current home, Allegiant Stadium, far exceeds AI's efforts. So, you know, that's it, guys. That's all 32 teams right there.
Oh, boom.
Yeah. So kind of interesting. I definitely
Very
I
interesting.
thought that was interesting, and I want to, you know, with AI becoming more and more. I know they have one with all the mascots. They have, you know, kind of some interesting stuff there. So I guess
Let's
Hey.
go.
Real
About
quick,
it, guys.
J-Faz,
yes.
hang on real quick. I
Mhm.
just had one other piece of news that I wanted to share
Sure, go
about
ahead.
Canadian football
Oh,
for our WPG Freedom. Yesterday, the 2024 Banjo Bowl game goes to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers after defeating the Saskatchewan Roughriders 26-21 in front of 32,000 sellout crowd in Winnipeg.
wow.
That's a big
Congrats.
deal.
Yes, that
They
is.
haven't won in a long time, and so that I wanted to share that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Congrats, Freedom, on that one for sure.
Yes.
Yep. Good job. All right, guys. Well, we do hope you enjoyed today's games. It'll be very exciting. We also got a game tomorrow. There are no picks right now. We did pick them all from last week, and I could tell you right now that Jamie and the knock picks.
What about Thursday night?
We already picked it. We picked Thursday already last week. It's all
Oh,
good.
we did. We double picked it. You're right. Okay.
Yep,
Gotcha.
we definitely did. So with that, guys, thank you
Adios.
for joining. 4th and Goal.
See you guys.
See you guys next week.
See ya.
Enjoy the games.